All right, he said it's awesome. This is the reason why you play, and you can certainly understand that that would be the case. Blazers, even this series at one game apiece, 106-103 the final score. I do want to unpack the Wemby stuff in just a moment here, but I got to get your guys' take. Just the significance from a Blazers perspective, the importance of getting game number 2 is what to you?
It just, this is to get one in San Antonio. Take advantage of opportunity. Injuries happen.
Yeah.
We hope that Wemby will be okay. But take advantage of every opportunity. You might not get it again. You need as many wins as you can. You need to play well as much as you can, and they did that tonight.
IT, what about you?
I mean, Rudy said it. You got to get the ones that you can. This is a game without arguably the best player in the league in Wemby. Obviously, we feel bad about what happened with him, but like we said early on, throughout the game, once Wemby went down, it's a must-win. And now that gives Portland the confidence to go back home and protect home court. And you never know, they maybe can squeeze one out of being at home.
Yeah.
And now it's really a series. So it was good to see Scoot Henderson have a really good game with all the things that he's been through throughout his young career. And this is a stepping stone in the right direction for this young team that, after game 1, they probably had really no confidence because they didn't play that well. So to see them playing well in game 2 and get a win on the road is always positive.
All right, game number 3 in Portland on Friday. I want to circle back. I was going through the concussion protocol summary from the NBA perspective. So just to lay things out for everyone, if a player's diagnosed with a concussion, he cannot return to full participation without restrictions for at least 48 hours. So we're 2 days away. That still gives you a decent buffer here to play potentially on Friday. But there's an independent neurologist who's going to render any sort of opinion and decide whether or not he's going to go and get cleared. But we're talking about a situation where he's going to get monitored for the next 24 hours and still can't even return until 48 hours just to start doing some player movement and getting back involved in physical activities. So I got to imagine, like, if you are, maybe it's more helpful because in the moment, what are you going to do, right? Like, you watch Wemby leave, like, guys need to step up. Now at least San Antonio can plan for the possibility of not having Wemby in game 3. Take me through sort of like the X's and O's in game preparation. By the way, watching this replay again, I mean, he hits his face so hard out. You can see, it looks like he is out, like legitimately falls asleep there for about a half second. That's a scary moment on the floor.
It is a scary moment. To be honest with you, he's 7'4". He's falling from a long way up, and to fall on his face like that is serious. Something, obviously with the concussion protocol, and if anybody has, nobody really knows what it is, but being that both of us have had them before, it's a strenuous process of trying to figure out. You're really just resting your brain at that point. You got to, sit in the dark for a little bit. You have to stress yourself. You're under a lot of duress to see how your heart moves and all that stuff. So it's a strenuous process, but I think what San Antonio has time to do is to figure out how they're going to play without him. Yeah. They've done it before, for a couple games, not a whole season, but for a good part of the season. They know how to win games without him, but in the playoffs they have to figure out how to do it here. So also with Portland is really just going out and play basketball. The season's even. And they're just trying to get this next win. But San Antonio has to figure out how to win without Wemby.
Yeah, they got to, and that's going to be tough. But they've had a really good team with or without Wemby all season long. Like I said earlier, they're a next man up mentality team, and they're well coached and prepared. So they're gonna do their due diligence in preparing to play without Wemby and put themselves in the best position to win Game 3.
All right, keep in mind here, 2 games completed so far today. We saw the Blazers go and pick up a win. 76ers also on the road take out the Boston Celtics. So the road teams 2-0 at least in this situation. Both of those series now tied at 1 apiece. Tied right now are also Rockets and Lakers. Keep in mind, end of the night when that game is over, we'll get those press conferences for you. And then a brand new edition of the Post-Up, but we do expect to hear from some more players from the Blazers and Spurs.
Devin, you guys have handled adversity, not just this season, season past. How do you approach the possibility of not having Victor for Game 3 and possibly beyond?
Next man up, we all got to step up. we know what Vic brings to the table, and we've played without him a couple of games this year. And like I said, it's just going to be the next man up. We know everybody's going to have to step up. That's a huge void to fill. We can't get bogged down by it. We just got to go day by day, watch the film, adjust, and get ready for this next game because it's going to be a dogfight.
How did that last shot feel coming out of your hands?
It felt great. Mitch drew up a great play. We know with 5 seconds left, down three, they're going to try and foul. So we want to get a shot up to the basket, and great play call, in and out.
Have you all had a chance to talk to Vic or see how he's doing or anything?
Personally, I haven't. I don't think any of the guys have either. We'll definitely check in on him. Our prayers are with him. We just want him to be good. But we haven't. Nobody here has.
What challenges does Portland, especially when you guys have to go guard heavy in Vic's absence, what challenge do they present defensively down the stretch for y'all? Look tough to get shots off.
They're physical. They got a lot of good guards who read on the ball and are physical on the ball. So late game execution, we just got to be better. Get into our spots, getting good screens, getting the matchups that we want. Basketball is just, you make shots, you miss shots. And I think today at the end of the game, we missed a couple shots, and they made some.
Hey, Devin, just a physical matchup. It was really...
All right, we got more reaction from a San Antonio perspective as the night will continue to unfold here on NBA TV. Keep in mind, just about to hit the second quarter at the conclusion of the first quarter. Lakers and Rockets still playing a tight ball game. We got some updates coming up on that one in just a moment. That said, the NBA making a little bit of news here. SGA, Clutch Player of the Year. Not a huge surprise, but when you take a 50,000-foot view and you think about what he was able to accomplish, guys, dude sat out 26 fourth quarters in the regular season, and he still led the league in total clutch points at 175 in just 125 minutes played.
This is crazy.
Explain to me, given the lack of fourth quarters and yet a ridiculous amount of production, what is it in his DNA that has him just ice cold in these critical situations?
Well, he's a closer. I mean, he comes in, and no matter what, he just wants the team to keep it close. Yeah, and he just closes the game. He's obviously the best in this year, but we've seen so many times. How many times have we seen that right-handed step back? And how many times have we seen it, and how many times has he made it? So like he knows how to get to his spots, and he finishes it for the team.
Yeah, he does his thing. Not to play in 26 fourth quarters is crazy. So when they do have close games, he's knocking down the shot at a high level each and every time.
What is it, though? I mean, late game situation. You got the ball, game tied. Maybe you're down 1 or 2 and you need a bucket. What's the mental side of it? You've been in these situations before, IT. Like, is it just not thinking, just completely reacting? I got to imagine all the practice time. Rudy made reference to his spot and knowing what he's going to do. Like, are you just trying to look and finish the way that you've practiced?
I mean, you read and react. You prepare for those moments, but you also go there with what you know, and you go to your spots that you're comfortable in. He's always usually on the right side of the court. You want to step back to his right. He's had a lot of success on that end. But like me individually, I'm just taking what the defense gives me, knowing that I can get into certain spots and be comfortable there, but knowing that I've worked so hard to be able to be in these situations where any shot feels comfortable for a score like that. And then when your teammates look to you to be this guy, it only gives you confidence to pull through in these moments. And obviously he's done the best job in the NBA for the last couple years. And you got to give a big shout out to SGA.
Rudy, earlier we did the highlight with San Antonio. We saw Wemby with the Defensive Player of the Year hardware, and you had said, well, maybe that's not the only one he's going to get. And I know you were alluding to MVP, but SGA, I want to put you on the spot, but like, is it, now that the regular season is done, we're in the postseason, you still like him?
I mean, I was saying this could be foreshadowing. Who knows? I mean, look, Clutch Player of the Year, he's been the most consistent, I would say. Team's the best. I mean, I don't think anybody here would be surprised if he won it again. But, we liked a little bit of cinema. And Wemby's still out there. Jokic is still out there. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, something tells me no matter how this plays out, to see what this run's going to be in the playoffs, going to be spectacular from an OKC